In this video, I'm going to do a quick update on the stock Plug Power, which is up massively since I first introduced this stock on August 25th. You see right here where I have this green line drawn. And if you go to my channel, you'll see the video that I made about a month ago when it was only trading at $1.55. And you can go watch that video because that will give you a good idea of all the technical analysis that I look at to determine, okay, this is an undervalued stock. So if you have been following my channel, you know, like this is like pretty much the 30th one in a row that I've found an undervalued stock that has rallied massively. This one, from the time I first posted that video, it is currently up around 184%, which is incredible. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in this video. There's some interesting stuff going on with the short float, which we'll dig into. But in my last video, I told you guys that I am working on a potential like one-on-one service where you can get on a call with me. So that service is here right now. The website is dnchartmastery.com. I will have the link to it in the description, and you can book a 15-minute, 30-minute, or 45-minute call. So this is just going to be an introductory offer. This is not worth my time at all whatsoever. Like since this is the first time I'm trying this out, I want to see how it goes. So don't expect these prices in the future. This is just a pure like first time introductory offer because I just want to test it out. So a lot of you mentioned in the comments that you're interested in something like that. So you can go ahead, go to this website. I'll have the link in the description also, and you can like book a call with me. So in the call, before the call, you can mention like some tickers that you want to go over. And when we get on the call, I'll share my screen. You don't have to get on the camera. You can just listen, and I'm going to share my screen and we can go over the charts. This is going to be pure technical analysis on the chart. If you ask me anything about like, should you buy or should you sell, then the call will be canceled and you'll be blocked from future bookings. So please make sure you read everything before you book a call. I am just going to show you how to analyze charts and we can go over some of your stocks. If you're booking a 15-minute call, then we only have time to go over maybe one stock. If you're booking a 30-minute call, maybe two stock, 45-minute call, three or more stocks. So think of it that way, okay? So you can go ahead and book those calls, and this service is here now. Going back to Plug Power, if you look at the original video, one of the things that really piqued my curiosity about the stock, and I knew like something like this was a massive potential, is because when I looked at the short float information, as you can see right here, the short float is incredibly high. Like this is disgustingly high short float. 33% is ridiculous. And not only that, the short ratio is also incredibly high. So again, if you book a call with me, I'll show you exactly how I find information like this. I'll show you some information how to screen for stocks if it's within our time limit. So as you can see, like the short float is incredibly high. The short ratio is also high. Like sometimes you see a really high short float, but the short ratio is not that high. So the short ratio is pretty much how long it will take short sellers to cover their position if there's a short squeeze. So I think we had a mini short squeeze already. There's a potential for a pullback. So we're going to dig deeper into the 45-minute chart and try to see where a good exit and entry position would be. But before we do that, let's take a look at the weekly chart. And long term, I think this still has a lot more to go. So on the weekly chart, as you can see, it's above the 50-day moving average and it's below the 200-day moving average. So whenever we see something like this, it always wants to come up and test the 200-day moving average. So from here, that's another like 138% potential. But this is going to take a lot longer to accomplish. Like this might take until like couple of months for it to come up and test this 200-day moving average on the weekly chart. But one of the good thing is like we do see a lot of volume right here, like week over week, we see a lot of volume. This week it's on a pullback, which is, I'm going to dig into the 45-minute chart and show you why that's normal. A lot of people are taking profit from these massive jump in price from the previous weeks. But if we turn on the super trend, we see that we had a buy signal on the weekly chart on the super trend like a few weeks before I even make the video. So that's also a good sign, a buy signal. And now it's clearly trading above the 50-day moving average on the weekly chart. So that's all good signs. Now on the 45-minute chart. So this is how to like play it. Actually, let's go take a look at the 4-hour chart because I want to reiterate something. As you see by my track record, I'm incredibly good at bringing you undervalued stocks right before they go on a big rally. And I go over the details in the original video that I make. From the time I brought you the stock, there's no way to know exactly when the rally would start, but I was able to find it like before the rally started. So if you were in the stock, like right here, say even if you saw the video few days later and you did your own research and you determined that, okay, this was a stock that you'd like to get in. Again, nothing is trading or financial advice. You have to do your own research. So even if you got in like right around here, like at around like say 100%, you should have like even not 100%, like at around like when you had this first sell signal right here, you should have sold something and taken profit. You should have sold like at least enough to like get out your initial. Because from the time you first bought the stock, you should have taken a profit at some point around between 80 to 100% by selling enough shares to get out your initial investment. And that's something that I want to like drill into you because traders like us is statistically like 95% will not your account, blow up our account because the way you think is like, okay, the euphoria is just keep going to last and you don't take profit when you have the opportunity to take profit. So that's something I want to drill into you. Like you should always lock in profit when you have the chance. And if you think and based on the analysis, if you believe the stock is still going to keep going up, you don't have to sell all your shares, but sell enough to at least lock in some profit. So the way to trade the stock would be like the 45-minute chart. So we love using the 45-minute chart. So as you can see from the time I first made the video, it was like trading like sideways, like in this range. And that's something also very important. Like it's, we have to like determine what the range is. So it's trading in this range for like a good like couple of weeks. And once it broke this range, you see that it went on a massive uptrend, like almost 80%. And again, this is what I try to like really drill into you guys. There's no way you would be able to predict exactly like where the top is. Like that $2.90 or even like $3.18 would be the top. No, like you had enough signs like around $2.37 to take out some profit right here. Take out some profit and then just wait for it to go above the 50-day moving average one more time. And like you would, if you want to get back in, you would get back in like say, like on this day right here, when you got a buy signal and it was above the 50-day moving average. Because from here, what could have happened is from here, it could have just traded down and went below the 200-day moving average. Like, so that's why I tell you, like, you have to like watch the chart and take it one day at a time. You have to know when to like lock in profit and when to wait and when to like get back in. For my trading style and what I try to teach is that at this point, you should at least sell something. Not even at this point. Don't even wait till this point. Like even if you're like up like 80%, like get out your initial investment and then you don't have to worry about anything. Then you can just like let it ride. And even if you're in profit right now, you don't have to worry like if it comes all the way back down to $3. Just, you know, let it ride. Let it ride. Let's see if it goes all the way up to like $10. And at that point you can like sell the rest of the shares for like a massive profit. But now at least right here, if you sold half your shares, you have that capital to like invest in something else. So that's how you have to think about like trading. So from here, if you're wondering like what the stock is going to do next, watch this 45-minute chart and watch for a pullback. So right now it looks like it's still like on a massive rally. It could potentially just keep going up because there is a potential for a short squeeze, but it is not as undervalued as when I first brought it. So the best way to play it is like right now it's like in the middle of a rally. It's hard to predict if the rally will keep going up. So like the best thing to do if you're not in the stock is wait for a pullback. Wait for a good pullback where the price is coming near the 50-day moving average and wait for that bounce off like we saw like right here when we got this buy signal. Wait for that bounce to like get back in because long term the stock does have the potential to go up to almost $10. So what we go up to $10, what we saw on the weekly chart. So long term, this stock looks healthy. And there is some good news information that came out. But at this point, there is just too much of a gap between the price and the 50-day moving average on the 45-minute chart. So it could potentially keep going up, but it's not worth the risk. Just if you're not in the stock, wait for a pullback, wait for it to touch this 50-day, wait for it to touch this 50-day moving average and a clear bounce of the 50-day moving average to get back in the stock for maybe a long-term hold. What I really want to show you on the weekly chart is that there is no resistance until this price point right here, $7.59. You see, like there's no resistance until that price point, and we don't see anything on the daily chart either. So in the short term, it does have a potential to go up to that $7.59 price point. Again, this stock would have been super undervalued when I first introduced it to you like a month ago. And the way we trade is that we're not day traders. We don't try to predict exactly what's going to happen day by day. We find undervalued stocks, we stay in it and wait for this rally. We sell half our positions when we're like 100% up, and then just let the rest ride. So at this point, like at around like $7.59, if it doesn't break right through it and goes up to test this 200 moving average, and we see it's getting rejected of the $7.59, that would be the time to sell all the shares and then wait for a massive pullback on the daily chart, not the 45-minute chart, but on the daily chart. So that was an update for Plug Power. Please do me a favor, give this video a like. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. You have your notifications turned on. And if you want to book an 101 session, go to dnchartmastery.com and book a call, and we can, talk one-on-one. A lot of you guys want to learn about options, so I can show you how to play options, which are like super risky, but again, everything's going to be purely educational. Please, if you book a call, do not tell me anything about your personal holdings. Do not tell me how many shares you own. If you do that, then the session will be canceled and you'll be blocked from future bookings. Do not share any personal information with me. It's strictly going to be showing you how to analyze charts on a one-on-one basis. So if you're interested, go book that call, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.